Hello, and welcome back to another Channel 420 News episode. I am Dick Rod.
And I'm P. Beck.
And today we have the audacity to talk about this man, known as Mr. Cruz. Not Tom Cruise, he is still safe, but Ted Cruz wants to leave his own state. In fact, he already has. He's left his state, which is in utter turmoil, in a snowstorm. Just like Narnia, the Wicked Witch took over the state, and he left. He did not want to save the kingdom, and go to Cancun, and then go to Florida. And when he gets to Florida, he says, well, it's not as good as Cancun, but it's nice. Sir, your own state is destroyed, and you come here and say it's not as good as your vacation.
Well, they might as well go back to Cancun because I don't think anybody likes him anymore at this point.
Honestly, it might be safer for him to just stay in Cancun.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want anyone following me around. On to our next topic. We have a great show for you tonight. Man climbs Trump Tower with suction cups.
Is he white?
Yes.
Yeah, that explains.
One of the problems he's having is that every step of the way, he's got to clean the building. He's got to clean the glass to make sure he has a good grip on the building.
Now, Mr. Ronald Dump was not the next president of the United States, if you remember from our great debate and election. But I guess he wanted to climb the tower today, and it appears he made it pretty far. We don't know what his motivation is, but at least he got a good workout.
That's all that matters. In other news, an iguana wearing a bandana attacked a man in Miami.
As 2020 couldn't get weird enough, we're just glad that year is over, but apparently we missed something, clearly.
This is why you don't piss iguanas off.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he was attacking the man for stealing toilet paper. That was all that happened last year.
Yeah, that was our global crisis there.
Indeed. Protect that iguana. He might be a superhero. And now we cut to John Bonison, who has something to say.
Hello everyone, welcome to my news segment, This Day in Alcohol. I get to talk about the things I actually care about, which is history and alcohol. Oh, and by the way, I also get to wear a funny hat. So your arguments are invalid. But yeah, so the first part of alcohol and history I'm going to talk about is the journey of the Mayflower. That's right. The one with the pilgrims that sailed across the Atlantic and all that. Those people. Now you would think, being Puritans, because that's what they were Puritans, you were thinking, well, the very first thing they're going to build is a church. No, that's not the first thing they built. The very first thing they built when they went across was a brewery. Brewery? My brewery? Like, why would they build a brewery? Like, they wouldn't even have sex. They wouldn't look at your ankle without considering pornography. Why would they do that? A brewery? Really? Well, yes, and here's why. So back in the day, water wasn't the safest thing to drink. Back in the day, water had bacteria in it. Had a little bacteria. During the Salem witch trials, it was said that some people might have drank water and had the bread that made them hallucinate and have all sorts of disease, including dysentery, diarrhea. Those aren't the same things, are they? Well, anyway, they basically had all these diseases that you would get from drinking water with all the bacteria in it. Some really bad. So the alternative to that was beer. And beer was a killer of bacteria when you brewed it. You know, you're boiling the water, you're brewing the beer, and, you know, tastes good too. They even made beer for kids. Back in the day, when they were sailing across the Atlantic Ocean, it's the coldest ocean in the world. It is, well, maybe except the Antarctic, but it's one of the coldest oceans in the world. It's the stormiest ocean in the world, so when they're going across the Atlantic, You know, they're friggin' shaking everywhere and almost falling off the boat, and you know their food supply was running pretty low, and they were getting delayed because of all the storm. And originally they were even supposed to land in Jamestown, you know, that place with John Smith and all the tobacco, but they end up in New England, and they said, "Fuck it, we're going here. There's a hole in our boat. It's cold as fuck. I'm done. Let's scout this fucking place out and let's shut it here." And actually, fun fact about English law back in that day, and I'm not sure if it still applies today, probably doesn't, but a pub was considered a utility because it's providing drinking water for the population of the town. So in New England law back in that day, you had to have a pub for every 30 folks. Because if you don't have a pub for every 30 folks, that basically you're taking away their drinking water if you don't have a pub for every 30 folks. And why beer? Well, because they're not Catholics, so they're not exactly going to be drinking wine. But yeah, so that was this day in alcohol.
I dare say he made a few good points there. Yes.
Indeed.
Yes. But in other news, it seems that Mr. Depp is back on for Pirates of the Caribbean.
About time.
Yes, Hollywood has been in, I would guess, utter turmoil in Aquaman 2 and Pirates of the Caribbean 6, which they have been...
Utter stupid.
Utter stupid, yes.
Why did it take them so goddamn long to hire back Johnny, and they just now fired Amber Heard? Like, that not nice lady should have been fired a long time ago.
Exactly. Recasting isn't hard. Unless it's Jack Sparrow, and that's utterly disgraceful.
Yeah. She messed with our boy Johnny. You don't do that!
In other news, I had traveled to a hotel where a rally was being held, and this woman says she was attacked by a floating mask. Ma'am, what did the mask look like?
It was huge, and it was coming out with these laser vision.
I see, and you said it was alive?
Yeah, it was chasing after me like a Karen.
What were its views?
It did not like being on anyone's face.
That is indeed frightening.
The trick is not to antagonize it, because that's how they get you.
I see, well, it all sounds like bullshit, but it sounds horrifying. Back to the show. Well, that's all for Channel 24 News today. Join us next time, and as always, stay safe, wear a mask, and wash your hands. I am off. I must get Starbucks.